So welcome to the Secret Garden podcast. We're your hosts. I'm George.
I'm Darren.
And if you're new to this podcast, in each episode we are joined by our guests, ranging from celebrity hairstylists,
Beauty gurus to TV personalities to have a fun chat about their best and worst personal hair experiences. We will be also serving you some tea and juicy details about celebrity gossip.
So, welcome to the show, Michael.
Oh, thank you. Thank you for having me in.
That's all right, baby. It's so nice to have you and to finally meet you after speaking on Instagram and stuff.
Yeah.
So let's go straight into it. So you learnt to swim at the age of 4.
Yes. Yeah.
So tell us a bit about that, because I was reading a bit. Is it your mum and dad? Can't they swim?
Yeah,
or...
they couldn't swim. I've taught them now. Which
Have
is
you?
good.
Yeah.
But they couldn't swim. And I think that's why they really just wanted me and my younger brother to learn to swim. I think swimming is such a skill. We all go on holiday. We all have access to the water. So I think they just wanted me to master that skill. And to be honest, I didn't like it at first. The water was really cold.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
But I think I just loved challenging myself. I loved almost breaking the stereotypes because, there wasn't really many black mixed race people swimming.
Yeah.
So I did kind of feel quite isolated for a long time. But I think I liked being different. I liked proving people wrong. And
100%. And how did your mum and dad feel when they first started to learn to swim? Were they nervous like you? Is that why they never did it?
yeah, I think it's just the fear of drowning. And I think that's what, it's so common in so many people. It's, just not being able to breathe. And actually, breathing is the hardest thing in swimming because you do panic and you don't know when to always breathe. But yeah, now I'm a professional swimmer. It just comes naturally to me.
Yeah. Love that. I bet your mum and dad couldn't believe it, considering you could never swim.
Yeah, no one in my family could swim
That's
either.
mad.
So it's not like it's kind of come down, the heritage. It's just me and my younger brother and just learning. It was great.
Oh, and the whole drowning thing. I don't know about you, Darren, but we can all maybe relate to this. Have you ever had that weird dream where you're dreaming and then you're drowning in your dream? Have you never had that?
No.
Not drowning.
I've had that, and that does mean something, Honestly, that
What
means
do you mean
something.
it means something?
You're probably worried about life and then you're drowning in your dream. It's weird. It's like when your teeth fall out. Have you ever had that?
No.
What? Have you never had that? No. Oh my God. Right.
I've had the one at the edge of a cliff and then you wake up. But
Well, now you both know what you're going to be dreaming about.
Yeah.
Well, it's a bit like that, babe, but you're drowning.
Okay.
Well, you know what you were dreaming about tonight, both of your teeth falling out or
gosh.
drowning.
Oh my God.
Anyway.
So you earned your first national time in the 200-meter butterfly.
Yes.
Tell us about that.
Yeah, well, everyone says that's the hardest stroke. And
The butterfly stroke.
yeah, and I actually do agree. I think it is the hardest, I'm going to
It
say.
is, because you put in all your weight into it, really, aren't you? It's really hard.
I think it's all about just working with the water rather than fighting against it.
Yeah.
So my hips have got to be up high. I've got to be just accelerating, being on top of the water. But, swimming butterfly is very much arm dominated. So
Okay, so for the non-swimmers out there, because my best mate, she can't swim either, so she'd be like, George, what the fuck is a butterfly? And I even said this earlier, didn't I?
Yeah,
the
you
butterfly.
Yeah.
The butterfly.
Yes.
Is it where what do you do? Like this?
Yeah, legs together, arms
Like that?
coming over together. Yeah.
Okay.
So
It's like dolphin legs, but then butterfly arms.
yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's a lot of just you got to be switched on.
You've got to have a lot of energy, surely,
And I
for
can
that.
imagine, in the outer lanes, it's more harder because you've got the waves crashing against you.
Yeah, I think kind of the more professional you get, there's anti-wave kind of lane ropes.
The waves? What do you mean?
The wash
waves
of everyone
the
else.
water.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Oh, okay. I thought, what pool have you been in, Darren? It just sounds like the sea. Yeah.
But I think going to World Championships, it's always seeded. So the fastest person will always be in the middle.
Yeah.
And the slower it will be a little bit like an arrow. But yeah, I think butterfly chose me really.
Did it? Is that your favourite stroke?
My favourite stroke, I love the freestyle as well, but I used to do IM, so individual medley. So I used to do all 4 strokes anyway, kind of competition.
Really?
And that's
so
knackering.
it's hard work.
So you do one after the other?
Yeah, butterfly, backstroke, breaststroke, front crawl. And,
Oh my God.
Yeah, but I think I loved it. You know, and I think because I've done it from such a young age, it just comes naturally to me now. And
So did you literally start from 4?
yeah,
Was that really?
yeah.
Wow.
Moved to a swimming club when I was 7. And got my first national time when I was 12, 13, I think.
That's
so
so good.
yeah.
That is so good.
Imagine if we started hair at 4, Darren. Started cutting hair. Well, to be fair, I did chop my sister's fringe off at 4.
No.
But, yeah. Well, it's not. Yeah, I did. Started early. I did. It's a true story. So let's talk a little bit about pride and coming out, because I know me and Darren can definitely say we are like in that community. We love it. And like as a salon,
we're
we
so strong about it as well.
Yeah, definitely. And I know we're having a quick brief chat about it before, weren't we? So let's just talk a little bit more about that. So when you was at school and everything, how did you know you was going to be part of that community, or was it confusing for you at school?
Yeah, I think because of swimming, because I was in the changing room with lots of boys and, I just felt a little bit uncomfortable, I guess, exploring my sexuality.
Yeah.
So I think, those first thoughts came in about 14, 15 years old, which was quite late, really.
Yeah.
I think I was a little bit of a late developer anyway, but...
Nothing wrong with that, babe.
No. And I genuinely feel like...
the same. Like, I don't know when I sort of felt like I've developed them.
Yeah, I was always different, don't get me wrong. Like, I always... Yeah, we was just very different around everyone. I was very bubbly and happy all the time. But
it's weird though, isn't it, this word different, don't you think?
Yeah.
Because it's like, I hate when people use different, because I'm like, it's like, what is different? Do you know what I mean? It's so weird, isn't it? Because I think people growing up, like especially like around our age and stuff now, there's no such thing, I don't think, as different anymore. But like back when you're like young, then like you say, different was such a thing, wasn't it?
It was so hard, it was. And I feel like it's got a lot easier now. Or maybe. You just don't know though, do you?
I know.
Yeah, I think like I got bullied when I was at school. So I felt like because I was different. And because of that, because of swimming, I was already doing something that not many people were doing. I was getting up at 4:30 in the morning to go training for 2 hours.
It's
and then
hard.
doing it again after school. So I think I was already just so strange as a person, as going to school and stuff, that I didn't want to be further different, because there was nobody who was openly gay in school. There was no one talking about it. No. And I found that really hard.
Yeah, I can imagine. I mean, like I said, like we can relate and stuff as well, can't we? Like, so it is, that is tough, isn't it? Like that's really tough.
Yeah.
And you feel like you are so different because you are getting bullied, and it's so strange to think, you're like, why is it happening to me? Why nobody else, don't you?
Yeah, and I think for a long time I found my identity in swimming. I think because I was starting to get good, I was getting national times, and I had all these goals in swimming that I kind of said, forget about Michael the person, I'm Michael the swimmer.
Yeah.
That was the journey for me, and I think that's why it kind of everything happened so late for me. That
it's amazing though, isn't it? Really, because like look at you now and everything you've achieved, and like when did you actually feel like I can be Michael now, and that's me, and I don't have to cover or do anything like that?
So when I was 18, 19, I moved to the London Performance Programme. Tom Daly was training there. He's obviously in the diving pool, and I was in the swimming pool. And I think he really took me under his wing just to help me, gave me advice. And I didn't necessarily come out. I don't think I had to come out to him, but he just allowed me to love myself, and took me to my first nightclub.
Did he? Love that.
Yeah, just kind of showed me what...
Did you even say anything to him at that point or not?
I think he just knew I was struggling.
Yeah, he could see that.
Yeah, I didn't really have a social life. My social life was swimming. So I think it was just nice to have a bit of a social life and, go out and, be welcomed into the LGBT community without really having to say anything and just feel accepted.
Yeah, 100%. So I think a big thing as well, like you just really want to feel accepted, don't you?
Yeah.
Definitely.
And I think, the LGBT community now is just... It's family, it's your second family. It is so loving, caring, and there's so many people that have similar experiences. So share them,
Yeah, and was you worried, like when you were swimming, that telling people would make you not feel as masculine or anything like that?
Oh, definitely. At the end of the day, we've all got to stand on the blocks and, go head to head, race against each other.
That happens to a lot of footballers as well. Like they've started coming out more and things like that. So it's really nice.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Definitely. Yeah. And you feel like you become almost like for yourself, I feel like in your industry, you could become a bit of a role model, a bit like people would look up to you, like with like Tom and stuff like that as well. It's the same thing, isn't it? I know like a lot of people would look up to them. And then, did you go on to win like a Pride award?
Yeah. So I came out as gay on a dating show.
Yeah.
I'd never actually been on a date before. I'd never kind of put myself out there. So it was nice to kind of just be myself, be in a villa with like-minded people. And I think that was the first time I spoke about it in sport. I think obviously in sport, it's very much, you're there to do a job. There's that professional athlete. And I think I was just ready to find out who Michael was as a person and just do it on that sporting level. And just for fighting and obviously raising awareness. I got an Attitude Pride Award.
That's amazing. Love that. That's well good.
So good.
So how did you feel with you came out on the dating show?
Yeah, I think, I was just ready. Like that year I missed the Commonwealth Games team. So I was quite kind of cut up about that. And I realised that I just wasn't happy, and yes, there was swimming, but take away swimming, not really happy. And I just needed to, live my authentic self to be happy.
I think so. And I think it's such a journey as well, isn't it? So it's so nice. I think for you to do that show, you needed to do it, to come out and do all that. And you missed the games and stuff. But really, that was the most important thing in your life.
Yeah. From then on, I just kind of kept improving and which was great. So.
Yeah, smashing it, babe. Love that.
Did anybody literally know though when you went before the dating show?
My family knew.
Oh,
I told my mum.
Yeah.
And my mum told my family because I didn't really want to have loads of conversations.
Yeah.
I think, to be honest, the reason why I went on a public dating show was because, I didn't want to have to sit down with everyone and say, so I'm gay, this is who I am. I just wanted to just live my life and just, allow everyone to kind of see it on screen and then just
love
know.
that. Instead of telling a few family members, you just told everybody who watches the telly.
I know.
Love it.
It was scary.
Yeah, I mean, go for it. Because it was the Bi Life, wasn't it, that you were on? And what channel was that on?
E Entertainment.
E Entertainment. Okay, cool. So can you still stream that now? Can people still stream it?
I think so.
Yeah.
It feels such another lifetime ago in 2018.
Yeah, that's nuts, isn't it? That's so long ago now.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, love it. Okay, so you mentioned in one of your interviews that you didn't really grow up with LGBT role models and especially LGBT Black role models. Did that really affect you? Was that something you wanted to look up to?
I think it's so important to be seen and to see something that you can be. If you can see it, you can be it. I've heard that phrase a lot, but I think for me there was nobody who did look like me, no one that acted like me, and I think I just wanted to isolate myself. But actually now I'm I want people to see that, have that representation, those role models to look up to and know that it's okay.
Yeah, definitely. And I feel like there's so much more role models now, isn't there? So much more.
Yeah.
So that's great really, isn't it? Okay, so let's talk a little bit about the Tokyo Olympics because you went back to Jamaica after 4 years of not being there and you were representing.
Yeah, well, I actually went back for a documentary to ultimately aiming towards the Commonwealth Games. Me and Tom Daly are a patron for the Kaleidoscope Trust charity.
Amazing.
And just basically wanted to just fly the flag and just see what's going on in different countries. Obviously, it is illegal to be gay in Jamaica.
No way.
And I think so many people just couldn't understand.
Do you think that'll ever change?
I think the work I'm doing, hopefully it will. Just really trying to do what I can because, no one should have to represent their country and know that, if they do go back to Jamaica, their home, they're being, criminalised. So
that's because what is, let's say, the punishment for being gay in Jamaica? What is the...
I think we've come a long way. I feel like now if you hold hands on the streets, you're not just going to be put into prison, but, kind of on paper.
It's the most it's so harsh, it's unreal. So talking about the Bi Life, did Courtney Act offer you any advice since coming out? Because was she the host of the show?
Yeah.
And she's a great drag queen. Amazing.
Very inspiring. And, she was very much, in the villa with us rather than just being a host. She was very much, in all of our personal journeys. Yeah, she was really lovely. I think her advice was, never be ashamed, just own who you are. I think she's obviously shared a few experiences of what she's had kind of in Australia and in the UK. And, yes, I'm a sportsman, but I need to own that, and yes, I'm now a gay sportsman and that's okay.
Okay, so going back to Jamaica, you hadn't been on Jamaican soil for 4 years?
Yeah, I think, as soon as I came out, I felt like I was a little bit of a target in Jamaica for, just being an advocate.
And you were going back for a documentary, weren't you?
Yeah, I went back with Tom, actually, which was quite nice because, I was kind of nearing the end of my kind of competition kind of phase, that it was nice to kind of reconnect with him properly. Out in Jamaica, like I don't think I would have gone if it wasn't for him. And we're just trying to fight for LGBT rights. That's what we're doing.
Yeah, because it's quite harsh, isn't it, in Jamaica? like if you were gay, it's like you still get a punishment, don't you?
Yeah, it's illegal still, which is just absolutely horrifying. And there's
It's crazy.
So many people out there are just wanting to be authentic, wanting to live their true self, but are just so scared of punishment.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I wouldn't want to live there. Like, I'd just be too on edge, wouldn't you?
And do you think being with Tom, it made it a lot easier, or?
Yeah. I think it was pros and cons, because obviously me being who I am out in Jamaica and Tom having such a big profile as well, I feel like we felt even more targeted. We had security guards with us, and I think it was just nice to be there with someone and
definitely
do it together.
Yeah, 100%. So with the Bi Life, I know you had this amazing host. You had the gorgeous Courtney Axe.
Yeah.
And how was that? Did you feel like, did she give you any advice or anything after the show?
Yeah, I think, firstly, I didn't even really know who Courtney Axe was, which I feel so bad now being part of the
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Yeah, she did.
And she met. Oh, I watched RuPaul's Drag Race season 6 that she was on as well.
Yeah,
so I saw that, which was really nice. But I saw that after the show. But I think it was just so nice. She was part of one of, she's one of us really. Even though she was a host, she was still kind of in the villa, giving us advice on all of our journeys. So I think that was so nice.
That's so nice, because you feel like you actually get to know her a bit more, don't you, as well as being the host.
No, definitely. And I think her advice was just, never be ashamed. I think being a sportsman, I always felt like I had to have this persona, but we don't have to do that. We can be whoever we want to be. I think she shared some experiences of her journey of, name calling and just the abuse that people get sometimes, and that's okay. We just need to prove them wrong.
Absolutely. Let's talk a little bit about hair, because I would love to know, and I'm sure Darren would love to know, is when you're swimming, do a lot of swimmers always have short hair like yourself, or are they allowed to have it longer? Is it just a faff when it's long?
Oh, well, I would love long hair.
Yeah.
I actually had an afro when I was younger.
Did you?
But I just found it so hard to maintain. I think, it just takes all the moisture out of the hair and just being in the chlorine.
How big are we talking with this fro? Like, how
big?
Yeah.
Like this big?
Really?
Yeah. So,
I'd be the person to get like a fork and stick it in the hair. I would.
Would you?
Like a silver fork too, like an actual silver fork.
But I mean, this is the thing. So with when you had the fro, let's say, how you can't get a swimming cap on.
Yeah.
Can you? Yeah, but how could you get it on top of the...
Well, it's tight.
Yeah, it was tight, but now I do feel like there's more diverse product around. There's now bigger swim hats that are now allowed in the Olympics, for example.
Really?
Yeah, so I think, we're slowly catching up with where it should be really. And
love that. So would you ever grow it back then? Now you're allowed bigger swim caps?
Maybe. It's hard.
It is hard.
Yeah.
I always think what looks quite cool is if you still have it short here, tuck it in here and then it comes out. No? Don't you like that?
Get your hands in there and give it a good shake.
Do you?
Wear it wild. See them curls form.
See, I think I'd have to have some sort of pattern in my hair. Pattern? Is that how?
Yeah.
So
a butterfly. You can have a butterfly. Yeah. Your favourite motion.
Yeah, that would be fashion statement for sure.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Well, it would, wouldn't it? It would. It would be so cool that I was saying to Darren, I'd love, when you see the leopard print pattern or something. Oh, imagine.
No,
I think you'd love it. Yeah, I think you'd love it.
Put like a pride flag on your head.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah, it would be cool.
Yeah.
It would be cool. So when you're swimming as well, do you have to shave body hair? Does that actually make a difference?
Yeah.
Thing.
Really?
I think, the one thing that swimmers that everyone done apart from me was shave their arms. I just don't like shaving my arms.
Yeah.
I can really feel the difference when you dive in.
I'm like, if you shave, is that going to make a difference?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Babes, that's not
Really?
standard. I'm not joking.
Really?
Yeah. I think, we do so much we wear the tightest racing jammers that repels water.
Yeah.
We do so much. So I think people say, why not shave your body hair? Because, every little millisecond counts.
Wow, I mean, true.
Did
true.
she have your legs as well?
Yeah, so painful growing back, honestly.
it is.
Really?
Yeah, sacrifice.
Itchy. Itchy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, God. I mean, so to be fair then, with your afro, you couldn't really have that because then that would make no sense, would it?
Yeah, like...
That would slow you down, surely.
Yeah. I wear a bullet hat, which is like, there's no kind of line on the hat.
Yeah.
But yeah, obviously it will be a bit bigger. So I guess the shorter, the better. But girls do it, you know? And I think a lot of people, I think the stereotype is, you know, especially for mixed race and black people, is do I want to do swimming because, you know, of the hair? And, you know, I think that is a common theme of why people are anxious about doing it. But I think there's ways around it, but you just be on it really and just make sure that you're protecting your hair.
Yeah, absolutely.
All that chlorine in your hair, babe.
I know. My colour would be rinsed. You'd see it at the back and then I'd be at the other end. So obviously I'd be quick. Do you know what I mean? But obviously, I think Darren missed this, but you were saying that you've just retired from swimming.
Yeah, I've just retired May last year, which it's always the hardest decision because swimming's been my life. You know, I've done it since I was 4, so I think it was a very hard decision. But
so what does this mean? Like, this means like actually no more swimming, like no more competitive swimming?
No more competitive swimming.
Oh my God.
Which, to be honest, I love the training. You know, I live for the training, being with the team, but going to competitions for me, I was always very nervous. You know, I was always very anxious, and actually it's quite nice not to go to competitions now and actually compete and put my body through that. I miss the training. I miss my teammates. I miss being part of that team.
Yeah.
You don't miss feeling sick though when you're training, do you?
I just,
It's the sicky feeling.
You're so fit.
Do you?
Yeah, I would never be as fit as I was.
Oh my
God. True. I mean, honestly, because it's like my sister's mate, she used to swim.
Yeah.
And she honestly says the same thing. She was literally like, you'll never be as fit, George. Like, because she'd go like you in the morning, 2 hours after all that. Like,
yeah, but you can do it in other ways, can't you? You can exercise and stuff.
Yeah, I mean, do you?
No.
Yeah.
Exercise is a swear word.
Yeah. The gym, what's that?
Yeah. What is the gym?
I think for like swimming, I was in the water 22 hours a week.
Yeah.
And then I had gym on top of that. And, you know, even when I go to the gym now, I'm not going to go anywhere near, you know, over 25 hours of
all you're
exercise.
seeing at the gym now, babe,
Listen,
all you're seeing at the gym now is the hot tub, the jacuzzi. You don't enter the pool anymore, babe. That's it.
True.
Just straight.
To be fair, I have actually swum a couple of times.
Have you?
Yeah.
Do you feel naughty now when you do it? It's like
I just can't look at my times because I'm so off. Like, but I miss my 6-pack. Like it's not there anymore.
Babe. I wouldn't fucking know. I'm happy just for one ab. That'll do me. Literally forget the other 5.
Do you know what? I was quite good because I did competitive swimming when I was younger. And I had a good body.
Oh, this is a news flash.
Yeah,
literally.
we're just hearing this.
Yeah.
Wow, this is it. Yeah, it just went out the window when I was like 16, 17. I could not do it anymore. Like you, 4 o'clock in the morning and after school. No.
You thought...
It's a big
commitment.
And
then, like, it's because I went into the world of, like, working, earning money and things like that. And I was like, I can't do both. So I was like...
So you're doing your swimming as a hobby?
I was doing swimming as a hobby, yeah. And I was competing as well, which was really hard.
Darren, this is new info. What the hell?
Yeah.
To sum it up, have we got any like words of wisdom for anybody like in your industry where they might be feeling like scared to come out or scared to even go into swimming because they don't feel like they can swim or aren't confident enough?
Yeah.
Is there any advice that you would give?
Yeah, I think, you know, one size doesn't fit all. I think sometimes you see an athlete and you want to be like them and you try to really change yourself to be like them, but we don't have to change who we are to be successful, to kind of reach the top. You know, being mixed race, being gay, it's changed the journey in my experiences, but, you know, I've still managed to go to 2 World Championships and live my best life, you know? So I just wish that, I guess when I was a bit younger, I felt like I could accept myself more and give myself the love that I deserved. I want that for people now. I want people to feel loved and just love what they do.
Definitely. And I think almost like, just do it. Like, if you're scared, like, who cares? Just do it. It doesn't matter. No. People will be there to help you. Yeah. And just go live that dream, don't you think? Definitely. But you can do it.
You can do it.
So thanks for joining us, Michael. It's been so good having you. Join us again next time for more juicy chat and follow us in your favourite podcast app so that you won't miss our next episode. Please don't forget to rate and review our show.
Woo!